Never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming.
Hi, Roll. It's so great to be here with you.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm really happy that you guys were able to come and see what we're doing behind the scenes with our models, with our agency, and our school.
Definitely. Well, it was so fantastic to meet you on the set. When we had the Urban Gab, we got to see some of your models and knew you had a great fashion show coming up. So I understand now you are opening a school. Is that correct?
That is correct. So we have some of the models here in the back that have worked with me in the past, some models that are working with me today. So I'm really excited. And we'll get to tell you a little bit more about how people can get enrolled in our school.
Great. Yeah, I want to hear all about it. So exciting. So we're here at your location,
Yes.
and you have already opened this school, correct?
That is correct.
Yes. And so tell me, what right now, with the models that you have, is your primary thing that you're doing with them? Are you training? Are you what is going on?
We train them. We first interview each model and ask them what direction they want to go into. So that's why it's very important to set up an appointment. We interview each model and see what courses they want to take, because we have they can take one course, they can take 8 courses. That's the full package. We can work on their portfolio. So each course can focus on posing, or how to walk on the catwalk, how to do pose for photo shoots. Obviously, aesthetics is very important. So how to take care of your hair, how to take care of your main image.
Yeah.
And so once we have that established, then we enroll them in the classes. And so the classes are held once a week for 6 months.
Okay, once a week for 6 months. That's great. So I guess I should ask, since now I know this, how's my hair?
It is perfect.
Okay,
You look
perfect.
good.
But what I really want to know is, so who is it that can come and take this class? So, or what are you looking for in a model?
Well, the industry is changing a lot. The fashion industry is changing a lot. I was one of the very first fashion designers when I moved here to Dallas, Texas. I opened, my I guess either not the stage, but my catwalk to anyone who wanted to model for me. So I was very open. There was some models who had autism, and I didn't reject anybody. If I had the opportunity to work with those models, and it's their dream to be on the catwalk, I was like, why not? So that kind of allowed me to open up to not just the super tall models, skinny models, but anybody that has that dream. And so I'm very lucky to have a beautiful goddaughter, and she's only 5-6 years old. And I mean, she loves doing this every single time. She always expects the dress every time she sees me. So, and then you can see one of our young little models over here. I mean, she's fierce. I mean, you haven't seen her yet, but she is fierce. So we are open to anybody that, anywhere. If we have children that are able to walk and the parents are interested in teaching them very young. Obviously, that's the one of the main goals is to get them early on, so that they can learn how to walk, how to pose. And there's different areas of the industry that they can go into: commercials, digital magazine, or still some print magazines that are out there. And so we're open up. On my last fashion show, I had my goddaughter, who was like 5 years old, and then we had another male model that is in his, probably, I'm going to say 60s.
Oh, okay.
And so, like the ladies, everybody was cheering him on. So I'm very open to anybody that has that dream or has that passion or that goal. Don't let your age, your size, or, hold you back.
I love
That's
that.
why we're here.
Yeah, I do. I have seen, I do agree with you. I've seen how the industry has been changing. We have Ashley Graham and several others. I can't remember her name, but there's this beautiful model, and she has silver hair. And I've been watching her just as she's developed. And so I love that you're working with any age, any size.
And I get that question. I get that those questions asked a lot, and I'm like, it's really up to you. You're kind of. It's up to you. You're either holding yourself back or not. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna promise you that we're gonna take you to be a Victoria's Secret model. I'm not gonna, it's, there's, certain areas where, we're going to, I guess you kind of, I don't want you to limit yourself, but also to be realistic.
Yeah, sure.
So-
I think that's with a lot of industries and dreams. You don't want to you can't overpromise
Correct.
because there is only so much you can do. But the training, it sounds like, is excellent. So you can train them.
is amazing. We have some awesome instructors. A couple of them are behind me, Miss Beckham
Oh, hi.
and Miss Tiffany. And
Great.
this little one, you believe it or not, she is fierce. She likes to train the other little kids, and they identify. I mean, she. Right. One of the very important things is that when you're doing photo shoots, it's just like like going to a job. You have to have your portfolio, you have to have a resume, and I always tell the models the model that comes more prepared is the one that's going to get the job. So if you're making the job easier for the designer, for the person who's taking your photos, the person who's doing a video or whatnot, I mean, that's the person that's going to get the job. At least that's my preference. If I have models that I see that they're coming prepared with, high heels and, everything that I asked for, those are the models that I'm going to choose every single time.
Okay, so whenever your models are fully trained, you said they are trained for print, they're trained for runway. So what are you doing with them once they're trained?
I use the models who have not been in my fashion shows. They get to be in my fashion shows. Some of them travel with me outside of the state. Some of them were with me in Arkansas. Some of them come from other states to work with me. I also give them the opportunity to go to the local TV stations. And it's not just, the reason why we interview them is I want to know exactly where they want to go. If they just want to be like a local model, then we look for jobs. We want to represent them because it's not just a school, it's also an agency. So if they want to sign up with us, they can continue working with us. But if they want to work with somebody else, we'll help them sign up with another agency as well, local agency. Our goal is to be traveling to New York and Los Angeles. If they want to stay local, again, they can stay local, but if they want to travel to New York or LA with us, then we open the
How exciting.
opportunity for that as well.
Yes, that's really exciting. So I knew your school, but I wasn't aware of the agency. So with that, you're doing print, and what other kinds of things is your agency doing at this point?
Well, we're actually launching a magazine, a publication, and we're covering all of the events that we do throughout the year. So that's another way to give them exposure.
Sure.
So we're gonna be, doing the publication, and I know that everything is moving towards digital, but having that personal copy that, oh look, I was in this publication of this school, and they get to put it in their portfolio as well.
Yeah, that portfolio is important. It's definitely important. And so what about photography or the photos that they need for their portfolio? Are you helping them with that? Or you have a photographer?
We do have a photographer. We actually do help them with that as well. We prepare them so that, like I said, if they want to go apply for a job, for example, when I graduated from college, I wanted my portfolio to be, to stand out, and that's what I want for the models as well. I want them to stand out and get the job, and it's basically building a reputation. The more that you get them prepared, and the more that get them, you get them those jobs, they're gonna refer it to other models, and it's just gonna continue to grow.
Yeah, referrals are great.
Referrals are awesome.
Definitely, they're great. And I can only imagine having someone as adorable as your young model, and as she's also training others, the word will spread so quickly.
Correct.
And that's exactly what I hope that you have.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you've opened this school and the studio. Could you tell me what started you in ever wanting to do that? Whatever got your dream going?
Well, obviously, I've been a fashion designer for a few years now, and I'm given the opportunity to the models, like I said before, and so I still continue to get a lot of requests for models to be in my fashion shows, and I'm thinking I can continue to do that, but a lot of the times they still need some training, so that's where the idea came from. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna open a school, an agency. I'm gonna continue to train them, to prepare them so that they look more professional than I look more professional as a designer as well.
Yeah, sure. So what about designing? How long have you been designing?
Since 2000, I want to say 2007. I was just training on my own, but then I went into the University of Arkansas and I started taking courses, graduated with a degree in design. and then I moved to Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
So, and I just kind of been doing it on and off. But right now I'm trying to focus on doing the publication, the agency, and then my designs as well.
Well, one thing that I think is fantastic is that you're here in Dallas, and you said that you're also spreading it to wherever the world, the sky's the limit, the world's the
sky is the
limit,
limit.
right? Wherever they want to go.
Correct.
But we have some fantastic talent and beautiful talent here, right in DFW. And so you said you've started taking them if they want to go to like Los Angeles or to New York. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I actually did a fashion show in 2013 in New York, and the experience was really awesome because, I mean, they provided all of the models, but Tiffany has traveled a lot more to LA and New York, and so we've been talking about what an awesome experience that is for the models because they get to work in a different level, and you know, it's like New York is the center of fashion, so they get to experience the city, they get to experience how everybody works and behind the scenes, and it's just, I mean, I can't describe it. They have to kind of experience it on their own, correct?
Correct.
So, I mean, it's just an awesome experience to be able to do that, and so that's what we're trying to do is you know, depending on what they want to do, if they want to stay local, like I said, or if they want to travel, I want them to have that experience because it's just unforgettable, honestly.
Oh, I can only imagine. You know, I've always had the dream myself of going to New York Fashion Week. Have you gotten to experience that?
I have myself,
Yes.
Tiffany. I don't know if you.
Not yet.
Well, we're gonna take her. Hopefully.
Yes, not yet.
But it is. I mean, it's just it's so insane everything that happens between that whole week, and like I said, it's just how everybody moves. I mean, we think that sometimes some of my productions here are fast-paced, but over there it's insane.
At this point, we've kind of talked about who can be a part of your school, but so all of the people that are interested in coming and joining, how can they join and start?
They can call. I will provide the number on here. They can find me on social media, Ruli Torres, or they can find the school on social media as well, the New Model School. And they can contact us, send us an email as well or a message, and we have to set up an appointment. And again, we have to interview each person individually to see what they want to learn, how many courses they want to take, and then we'll go from there.
Great. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be getting lots of calls. And now, are you on all of the social media sites?
I am on all the socials.
Okay, so
media
they
sites,
can look
so
you up on
You can Google me. You can find me there.
everywhere. You're unstoppable.
I'm trying to be as visible as possible.
So once that they have found you and then they have inquired about what they, you know, how they can get into the school, what exactly will be the next step for?
They have to, like for example, if we're in the middle of the semester, then they have to wait until the next semester starts. So they will have all of the students because we're doing it, you know, like 2 times a year. So we can't like kind of, you know, like we can't just throw them in there while the semester's going. So we have to wait till the next class starts.
Okay, so you have 2 semesters a year.
2 semesters a year, so they have to sign up, you know, close to when the semester's about to start, sign up, and then, you know, we're ready to go.
Okay, so then they're in the school. So when you're in these semesters, are they, it's a one size fits all, everybody's in this particular class, and then they move to this next semester as well, or is it one semester only, or how does that work?
It's one semester only. So basically, like let's say that you want to take posing, then that's basically all you do the whole semester.
Okay.
It's posing, but obviously we want to encourage everybody to take as many courses as possible, obviously, and again depends on how far you want to go into, you know, the modeling industry. So we encourage everybody to do the whole package, obviously, so that, you know, you're coming here, you're learning everything about the industry.
Okay, yes. So to do the whole package from all of the classes, how long is that going to take a model from start to finish?
6 months.
6 months.
6 months. It's
And that
just
gets
one
everything finished.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. And then once they finished that, and they've learned their posing and etiquette and all of the things you're teaching them, that's when you immediately put them to work?
If they want to sign up with our agency, then we'll put them to work. If they want to sign up with a different agency, then we'll give them a list of the local agencies, and we can help them and see if they can get an interview with them.
Okay.
But if
Yeah.
not, then I will definitely get them started with work.
Yes, it's been so great to be here today. And now that we know everything about the school and about the agency, I want to encourage you to check them out. They're on all the social media sites.
If you want to be a model, don't hold yourself back. I know there's a lot of questions. People keep messaging me, but you're the only one who limits yourself. If you think that you're too old, or if you think you're, I get all these questions asked. Don't limit yourself. Just call me, try it out, and you're gonna get hooked. You're gonna get addicted. You're just gonna want to keep doing it time after time.
We are here with some beautiful models at the new model school and agency here in Dallas, and I would love for them to introduce themselves to you. So could you please just tell us your names?
Ayla Trahan.
Tiffany B. Beckon Maddock.
George King.
Helena Bridges.
And it's so fantastic to have you all with us here today. Thank you for watching and thank you for joining us, and definitely check out this school and agency.
Never stop. Never stop. Never stop dreaming.